Let's pray. Loving God, we thank you for the new semester. Even we have to start early, we pray that you will be with us and help us to navigate through all the changes that happen in the new year and help us to have the wisdom to learn and to use all this knowledge for your kingdom to help your people. We thank you for all students who come and the one who cannot come today, be with them too. We thank you for everything. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, this semester we will do something differently. By the way, some of you might have to take substitute courses. What that mean? That means that sometimes you don't take the course that you're supposed to take, but you take something similar or something a little bit different to fulfill the requirement for your program. The problem is we rotate courses. Some of you jump in the middle of the cycle. So in order for you to have that course again to fulfill your requirement, you might have to wait 2 more years or something, or even longer. So if possible, we will substitute course for you so you can graduate in your timing, not have to wait 2-3 more years to take the required courses. So that's something we try to do to help you. Like, for example, this semester we offer preaching. You might see in the syllabus that preaching 1, 2, 3, 4. It means that 4 group of students going to join in this group. Some of you have preaching 1, mean that you never have a preaching courses at all. You will have the basic preaching. We require very little from you. But some of you will have preaching too, mean that you already have some basic. You will go a step further, more required from you. And if you have 2 preaching before, now you have 3. Some of you will have number 4. It means that more requirement from you. And you have to do more work to fulfill the requirement. Okay, the basic will be the same thing, mean that I will give you some lecture. Some of you for reviewing, some of you is something new. And you can read the textbook that I will send you in advance. And these courses will demand a lot more of your preaching. For example, you look at the requirement. If you take preaching 1, you preach 2 times. Mean that you need to write your full sermon and preach 2 times. And if you are preaching 2, you're supposed to preach 4 times. Write a full sermon and preach 4 times. And now if you are preaching number 3 and number 4, you have to preach 6 times. So now how you preach 2 times, 4 times, or 6 times? Half of them have to be in class, mean that you preach here. And all your friends and I will evaluate your preaching. And the rest, you can preach at your church or anywhere else. But still, every preaching, you need to write a full sermon and submit. For example, if you are required to do 2 preaching, you can do 1 in class, another 1 at church, but you have to submit full transcript to me, 2 of them, both of them. Even the one you preach in church, you still have to submit the transcript to me. If you have to preach 6 times, 3 times in class, and 3 times at your church or somewhere else, you need to submit 6 manuscripts to me. Full sermon. So this is requirement. It depends on what kind of preaching that you're taking. And if you're not sure that what preaching number 1, 2, 3, 4 for you, I can check for you because your record will show that how many preaching courses you already have. So preaching is 60% and class attendance is 20%. Small group, reading and small group another 20%. So it all add up to 100%. So you won't have midterm or final exam. You just need to do a lot of preaching, write your sermon and submit. And that is all. Most of your grade will go to your sermon, writing and preaching. Okay, this is some requirement about the preaching classes that you're going to take this semester. And there are few textbooks. If you want to buy one, the first one is one of the best. It covers most everything. But if you don't want to buy it, fine, because the lecture note will cover most of the requirement anyway. You see all the section, or the lecture note will cover everything in each week. If you want to read the lecture note, it's fine. And if you want the textbook too, it's okay. If you want to buy the textbook, you need to read it. If you just buy it and collect it, it might be useless. So if you want to buy the textbook, you intend to read them. Okay, this is the simple syllabus that I make for you for all that required from you. I will give you some time to ask the question because this is the simple thing. I know that some of you already have some preaching classes, and this is one of our main job as a preacher, as a leader. You need to preach a lot. You will have a chance to preach all the time. So this is one of the skills you need to practice a lot. So we're going to listen to one another and we're going to help one another improve our preachings. I know that we all have different style, but still any style is okay as long as it works. You don't need to copy anyone's style. You have your own. But as long as it works, people understand your teaching, preaching, and they're inspired by the words of God. It works. Okay, I will give you some reflection or some question on the requirement or the courses that we're going to do this semester. Any one of you never take any preaching courses before? Maybe some of you who take the first diploma, you might never take any preaching before. I think some might never take any preaching before.
I only preaching once a month.
Oh, but you never take any classes?
No, I don't take no classes. I just only prepare how to preaching at the church and once a month. I think this month I got 2 for this month.
Okay, so now you can see that according to the courses, you're supposed to follow the rule of writing a sermon. So this course will teach you all the formula of the modern day sermon writing. When you preach, you follow the formula?
Some.
Okay. In this class, we'll help you formulate your sermon in the format that modern day preachers use.
Ajahn?
Yes.
I have 3 questions.
Okay.
When you check my my credit, do you mind to check for farm too?
Okay.
And second one is So I will be, I think for me, I think this pitching course may be my second or third course.
Second or third?
Second or third, because I remember that when I was taking class with Ajahn Prachan, I had the first course already.
Okay.
I think it must be the 2012 or 2014. And with from you, I think was about last year, huh? We had one class. So this might be my either second or third.
Okay.
And the third one is so for example for me is so I will be preparing for my preaching sermon homework. But how about farm? What would be her assignment? Maybe like Sunday school class lesson.
Yes, you can preach in Sunday school class too. It's similar. Teaching in Sunday school class, you can use sermon too.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been teaching Sunday school. I don't know for how many years. I don't know.
Yeah, but now you need to use the format of preaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That would be very helpful, Ajahn.
Yep.
So that way we can follow. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, in this courses, we will review all the format that you're supposed to write your sermon. And it's still going to be three main kind of sermon: the topical, expository, and textual. That three main kind of sermon that you're going to preach.
Okay. Hello, so Ajahn. Go ahead.
Who asked? Okay, Evan.
Yes, I remember the very first time when I joined the class. I remember Ajahn taught us how to prepare a sermon. I think that was my first time of learning how to prepare a sermon and also preaching.
Okay.
But I've been preaching once a month, and I also do a home service too, Ajahn.
Okay.
And as far as for my wife, I think by the end of this month, my wife is going to take a big role of teaching on the Bible. I mean, Sunday school Bible, and then my wife will be leading the class. So does it count her as leading the Sunday school?
Yes. You see, when we learn how to preach, it applies to teaching Bible, preaching Bible, or leading, because this is the way you learn how to make a sermon. A sermon is like a speech. It's formatted into a short one, allow 15 to 20 minutes. It complete with everything, with a title, introduction, and you have division, and you have illustration, you have conclusion. So it's a good speech that you can apply to anything, to teach Bible, to preach, and a speech. It applies to everything.
Okay. That is all. Thank you. But I will be listening though.
Okay. So I believe that you listen to sermon all your life, and you can tell the difference between different preacher, their style. And I believe that you like some preacher more than another preacher. Maybe because their style, the way they present their teaching, their preaching. So that is something. And preaching is more than just a speech or motivation speaking, because we present the words of God. So that is a lot powerful than any speech that you can make, the words of God. But we just try to make it simple, easier for people to listen, to understand, and to remember. And more than that, they can use them. They can practice God, used in their lives every day. That's our goal. So people have been preaching for more than 2,000 years with all kinds of different styles. If you growing up in churches for a long time, you can see the difference of all preachers in the past. They preached a very long sermon, about 1 hour or 2 hours. But when you come to America, modern day preacher in America preach about 15 minutes. So why is so different? A lot of Asian preachers will take 1 hour, 2 hours. I went to Thailand and it's still the same thing. And when I preached for 15, 20 minutes, people say, oh, just introduction. We're still waiting for the sermon. They used to 1 or 2 hour sermon. And that is very normal for them. They fall asleep sometime and wake up sometime. They catch something, they forget something, but at least they get something because the sermon is so long. And you ask them, they don't have the same sermon because it's so long. So that is the old style preaching. And a lot of Asian preachers still stick with the old style. But why in America, they moved to a new style of preaching, very short sermon? Well, the whole point is they say people lost attention after 10 or 15 minutes. Even you preach a long sermon, they don't remember, they forget, they already lost their attention. So they want all your attention in that 15 or 20 minutes to get the message across. That's what the intention. They want you to remember something and use something instead of a long one that you don't remember. Now, let me put a question before you. You think that a long sermon or a short sermon is more difficult to preach or to write? A lot of people might say that long sermon difficult, but the most effective sermon is the short one and the most difficult to write. Because you don't have a lot of time. You just have a few minutes to fulfill your requirement and make it work in a short time. So it's more difficult. It's more work to do a short sermon than more than a long sermon. So you have to prepare well. You need to plan well, think well to make it short and effective. So now you look at all the syllabus, what we're going to do. We're going to go back to look at why we preach, the history of preaching, theology of preaching, and motivation. That is the main idea why we want to preach. Planning, title, and now the kind of sermon, topic of sermon, textual sermon, expository, And we go in detail of every sermon needs an introduction, transition from the topic to the body, proportion, structure, division of a sermon. And then we're going to look over the application, conclusion, invitation, or the story that you put in to make your sermon more interesting. And all sermon need to finish with conclusion, invitation. Why? Because we want people to apply that to their life and do something. So it's not just to listen, but we challenge them to do something. And we're also going to cover a sermon for funeral, wedding, special occasion that we do all the time. And we have workshop 1, 2. This is mostly for your preaching. A lot of you will preach in the last few weeks of the semester. But for you who have sick preaching, I think recommend you to spread out. Don't wait until the last few weeks because it's too much. So you can start in the middle of our lecture, start preaching if you have sick preaching to give. So this is some review. We will go very fast. We don't spend a lot of time on this lecture. But every week from week 6 or 7, you can start preaching. And your friend will start evaluate your sermon. So this is a good thing. You will sign up when you want to preach. And I recommend you plan ahead. Plan ahead means that you sign up for week 6, week 8, or week 10 that you will start preaching or something. Because each week we might have just 2 or 3 students. We cannot have 10 students in the same week. So we could spread out. If you sign on early on, you get the first choice. If not, you could bump out to another week. Okay, I will come for your question. So your question about sermon, what we're going to do in this class.
Yeah, but the one thing to my English not that good. If you're preaching or sermon gotta be my language, so kind of difficult to understand each other.
But at least you need to write your outline into English so I can see what you try to do.
Yeah, the more the time I go, like I put my English, my language, and I put the English on the bottom, so that you can see both. Even my people, some the young people, they cannot read in the same language, so they can read English.
Yes, that's good idea. Yeah, the young people will use English for sure.
Yeah, before I didn't even thought about it, so now I continue to do that way. Maybe a little bit more easy for young people.
Yeah, I heard that now some of the main preachers write their outline in English. So all the young people can follow, even they don't understand fully mean, so at least they can see the English outline. So that helped them a lot. Yeah, Nathan?
I think for me, when I write, I just write in English. So I just translate to Mian when I preach. It's much more easier because writing Mian, I know how to write, but we don't read all the time. So it's harder.
Yeah, because we live in America now, English is going to be our first language anyway.
Yeah. And yeah, if I do, I think I would do like all my points would be in English, and like you said, for young people, so they can even though they don't understand the fully mean, but at least they can follow our point. Yeah.
Did Kong Sai respond to you, Nathan?
No.
He probably at work.
Okay. I don't know, for the Lao student, they might still have party going on, or hangover from the new year.
I think Ajahn Kong Sai, they have song practice. Oh, yes. Ajahn Sam said Ajahn Kong Sai want to go to his house and do song practice.
Oh, they have something special?
I think they just want to hang out and practice song, sing songs.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So before with the break, I just want some of your response from the alumni meeting. Do you have any response or suggestion?
We did send our thoughts and idea to Jasmine already.
Okay.
So I think overall it's good. So one thing we need to change is like you, Pastor, also wrote a little bit about it. I think it's good to have everything done before we eat, because what we have done is they eat and then we'll go back and everybody already, most of the people gone, you know. So they don't pay for the others. So it's always good to have everything done, offering everything before, and then eat later. It's okay.
Yeah, just worry too much about people get hungry.
Yeah, I know. I talked to her a little bit before the whole event when but then she said, yeah, I think it'd be okay. And then later she said, yeah, I should listen to you. It's too late. I said, it's okay. We'll learn as we go. Yeah, it's always hard when, after eating, even though the event's still not done, some people, they have to go, But they knew that they knew beforehand that they would plan on it for more extra time.
Yes. That's a very good suggestion.
Yes. So we'll learn as we go.
Yeah.
But overall, everything's good. Thank you for all the church member for the support, come out and cook and, take care of everything. And our people receive a lot of books too. And I don't know, they said they cannot read. I said, well, you have children, have them read it. Yeah, I don't know how many boxes we got, because we brought home like, I don't know, for 4, 5, 6 families. And another family also transport like 5 or 6 boxes too. So,
that's good.
Yeah, that's all. The reading is very difficult. They said they cannot read. I said, well, you have children. Let them read.
Yeah, I'm happy that people can use my books.
Yes. Even our son Zach got a box. And then he said, yeah, it looks very interesting. So I said, read it. He said he would try.
Yeah, you can collect for your children generation too. In the future, they might not print book anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I have to decide that I should keep them for myself or give away to all the students.
Did you give all or half?
About half, more than half.
Yeah, because Canada people, so you got to ship it to them, huh?
Yeah, can come and pick up almost 20 boxes.
Wow. Yeah, because I think a lot of the boxes also go to his church.
Yeah.
Most of them I recognize them. So he said half of them go to his church and the other goes to Canada.
Yeah, I found out that one box go to his grandson, 2 years old.
Oh. I don't know how they do it.
Because he signed in, so my wife put his name in the list. because he called grandpa on that day.
Oh, okay.
So he lucky got a box.
It's okay. He have how many, 16 years to go.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you all of you who helping, especially for Evan and many of you.
You're welcome. Happy we can help out. Yeah. Yeah, I did tell Jasmine next year do a little bit later so you won't be too cold. We're not taking pictures from outside. You know, when I look at the picture, it's too dark, you know?
Yeah, next time we're going to have it in summer.
Yeah. Or maybe at least end of May or June, maybe July might be too hot. I don't know. I don't know about the weather in Summerfeld. It's just like Bay Area that's not that hot.
Yeah, in the past we have in May. So
okay. May is a graduation month. Yeah.
It may be good.
Yeah.
May or June.
Yeah. So they still decide how often we're going to have it. We don't have it for 10 years already. That's a long time.
Maybe not every year, but every 2 years or 3 years, I think it's good. I think it's too much work, you know? And I don't think everyone, you know, I don't think most of the students, I don't know if we have students that graduate every year or not, or how many, if just only a few, then maybe 1 or 2, I don't think it's worth it to go through all those work.
Yeah.
But maybe every 2 to 3 years, maybe. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. It's good to see all students back, but I just disappointed that a lot of Lao students did not show up.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them since COVID.
I think they join us through Zoom, isn't it?
A lot of students who join Zoom from Portland, Oregon, they are Korean.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Ajahn, those two, our friends from that came with Ajahn Prachan, are they graduated already?
No, they're working. You see, in Portland, there is a 16 students that I teach them through Zoom too on Wednesday.
Okay. When will they graduate?
Because I teach them just one course each semester. I already teach them for 2 years. It's still how many more? Maybe 3 more courses for them to have before they graduate.
Okay. So when they graduate, you have to go over there now.
Yeah, we're still thinking that maybe better for me to go there because there are 16 of them.
Yeah, unless we'll be like, you know, us from here and them from there, we can all join together. There will be either we go there or they come down for the big party.
Yeah, I don't know what they decide.
Yeah.
Maybe when the time closer, maybe you will know those 16 will graduate, and you see on this side down here who's gonna be graduate. Then probably, they have more than us. We have to go up, join them. I think it's good. Give us a chance to go out and stay, you know, to visit friends and family. I think it's good to go support them. Yeah, those Korean people, we work with them very closely. It's our church that back then when we were with Ajahn Prachan, it's our church to bring them over.
Hi, Kong Sai.
Hello, sorry, John, I ran an error, forgot about it. I know. Hello, Nathan, thank you for texting me. I know that I had it before, I had it in my head before, but keep running error and I forgot about it.
No problem.
That's okay, you're here now.
Yeah. Maybe the rest of the students forgot too.
Yeah.
Well, but today is special because after today, I'm going to go to Thailand for a whole month. But I will send you the lecture note in advance so you can start reading on them.
Yes.
Ajahn, what about the homework from the last semester? We're still working on it. We were doing one of the church history, and then the secretary and her mom, they got sick because they were doing a Good Samaritan purse. We have those kind of programs in our church every year. So they did it. They got so sick, and then I don't know. They should be done, but then they barely making it back. So and then it seems like there's so many people that the people that been there for a very long time, they pass away. So for her, yeah, she had only half of the church history information. So but I told her I still would be interested finding out more about the church. So she's working very hard to call around. Some people are no longer with us, but she still can call them and get the information for us. So we're still working. So hopefully when you're back, we will have it ready for you.
Okay, you have time to finish it.
Yeah, we're working with what 2, 3, maybe 4, huh?
2.
Yeah, we're working on it. So we're halfway done, I think.
Okay, Monica, want to add something?
Yes, I just want to say that it's been a wonderful experience to visit your church and personally meeting you. And I made a new friend, your wife. I love talking to her, and it's just a joy to my heart to when I talked about the Lord and something to share. It just brings me joy that I don't know much, but I am doing my best every day, and it's just been I say joy and difficult because there are things that people, sometimes there's a conflict. People want us to push us down, make us fall. But I believe in the Lord that if he's gonna use us, nothing will hurt us or make us fall, or will there be any stumbling block blocking us. He will make the way. So I just pray that every day that we will overcome this obstacle and move forward. When we fall forward. I do not intend to fall backward. So I just I just have to speak that from my heart, because that's why I need lots of prayer wherever I go. And prayer is the power as a Christian, I believe. And I just, focus on him more than what surrounding me and our family. But I truly enjoy the time that I spend with you and the church member, and it's been a wonderful experience. And I hope to, I can't say how far I can go, but I'll see what the Lord will lead us to, and what his purpose is for us as we thrive forward. And it's not going to be easy, but it's possible. And all we can do is just pray, because sometimes Satan likes to use people to tempt us, use them. That's the thing. And a lot. So just help us pray for my husband, myself as well. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So it's great that we have a chance to really meet in person. So you see that this is something new on Zoom. In the past, we always have class in person for the last 35 years. But things change. So we thank you that you all work hard to make it happen. And as I just talked with the rest, that I missed a lot of Lao students that did not show up, Kong Sai.
I know, Ajahn, it's really hard to contact with them. I know that in my church we have 2 or 3, 4, 5 students did not make it. That's feel bad, yeah. Because one is I think it was yeah. Yeah. So and then a lot of them have some excuse, Ajahn. Yeah, I feel bad for those who didn't make it. Yeah. but I tried to, Bob had surgery, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, he already told me that he cannot make it. And I know I don't get all the numbers allowed. I don't know about Tun Kam. I don't know, John, you reached him? I don't have his email either.
Well, his wife told me that he went to work in Portland, or not Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
They're farming the cannabis or something.
Oh, yeah. easy, make money.
A lot of Lao work there now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those things is I still thinking it's a drug. So no matter what they call it, it's drugs, but it's when people had it, I can see that make them feel like different. It's part of the drugs that they illegal for a long time, but now they want to legalize it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So all of you have a good time on holiday?
Yeah, we have a Christmas celebration. Nathan Church come, and thank you for coming. And I have Sam Church coming, and a lot of people come. It's really a blessing to see that. Yeah, they have their friends come over and joy, help us celebrate together. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, if not, I will continue on the second syllabus for this semester. So the second course that we're going to have this semester, we call History of the Bible. And this it might be to replace substitute for some of you that required to have it for your graduation or to be part of your program. And I think for most of us, this is something new. We never offered in our school before, History of the Bible. So it mainly will concentrate on how we get the Bible that we have today. Where the Bible comes from, we will track back histories all the way to the when God gave my Bible to Moses. And Moses is the first one who record everything that God said into the Old Testament. The first 5 books of Old Testament recorded by Moses. And we're going to track back how the Bible come to us. From that time, Moses' time is more than, we believe that almost 4,000 years ago. And then the Bible come to us through the Old Testament and then New Testament. We could study about how they come to us. And it's not just the original form, the translation of the Bible from Hebrew into Greek, into Latin, to English, and to our native language over the world, how it come to us, and how the Bible is the whole world. This is mainly talking about how the Bible come to us today, and their impact, their power, and how God used the Bible to build up the church and to connect with the people for that 4,000-5,000 years. The Bible is the words of God. And there's so many textbooks here that you might see that, but one of the main textbook here is Journey from Text to Translation. This is the main textbook. And if you want to have it, this is the only one that you need. But if you don't want to buy it, fine. The lecture note will cover most of the things that we could talk in class. So you have all. But if you have the access to other books, if you want to read them, that's good. Some books are e-book, and some books you can get it free from the internet too, if you want to read them. And some other sources that you can use that cover some of the lecture that we could have too. And this class will have the same formula. You come to class, you get 10%. You do all the reading, you get another 20%. They say that they have weekly quiz, but we're going to replace that with what we call small group study. So this is that you meet on Monday, you still continue on Monday. Yeah, you get 20% by joining that small group. Let's see.
We take a break during the Christmas, Ajahn.
Yep. Let me add more percentage to that and reduce this. Okay, what shall we have? We don't need final exam. Let's see. So I can give you more point on
Ajahn, like translating your lecture note, that should get another 20%, right?
Yeah, I should put that special project instead of final exam.
Yeah, you know, I did translate it and give it to 3 or 4 or 5 students for every course that you have.
Okay, so this is your special project. You get 20% on doing that. So you can make anything special and you get the 20% on your special project for the relate to class. Let's see. %. So, Kong Sai, you translate every textbook into Laos. Let's see.
Yeah, I did in Laos and in Thai. Yeah.
Oh, you should send a copy to me.
Okay, I will send it to you. I have it. I think I have it. Yeah. Okay.
So you come to class, it's 20%. Reading all the material is 20%. You go to your group, small group study, 20%. You make a paper, you get 20%. And special project, anything related, you get another 20%. So that total 100%. And this is the weekly syllabus that we're going to cover. It's mostly about the history of each section, how that, like Old Testament, how the Old Testament come into what we have. We study some of the history, how God make it happen, and the development of that process. It's not a few years. It takes hundreds or even thousands of years to make it happen. And the process of Bible that come to us in that several thousand years. And we will concentrate on all the translation, many versions all over the world, how the Bible reached the world by all the translation into hundreds of languages. If you count all the minor languages too, it might be more than 1,000 now. So how the Bible reached the world and how God used his words. So this is something that we don't talk much about it, but in this class, we will learn a lot how the Bible come to us and how God used the Bible, his words, to teach the world about the salvation in Jesus Christ. Okay, this is in the general sense what we got to learn about the history of the Bible. And this is, we never offer in our school before in this detail. So this is something new for all of us. Okay, I will come back for your question and reflection about what we got to learn. And your special project, I think that if you want to try to find out how the Bible translates into your own native language, the history of translation into Lao or into Mien, how they do it, that can going to be a very good project about the history of Bible in Mien language or in Lao language. If you want to do that project, that's going to be a good thing. Nobody ever do it, try to do it, how the Bible get into your own language and to your own people. And in different week, we're going to cover a different topic about how the Bible get into us throughout the year. Okay, I will come for you for your question about all the requirement, what you're supposed to do for this class. Okay, you have question or concern about what we could learn about the history of the Bible and all the project you think you're going to do.
It's challenging, Ajahn.
Yeah. I would recommend you to try to do the history of Bible into Mien or into Lao.
Yeah.
That are really going to be a very good topic. It's not just for you, it's just for all the whole Mien community, Christian Mien. They might never know how the Bible come into your language.
Yeah, back then they use it's not Roman alphabet. They use something else. I still have the Bible. You know, back then it's a different script. You know, and then I don't know what year they adopted to Roman alphabet. So if you look at it, it's an English writing, you know, but it's in Mien. So it's much easier for the youngster to read. But if you go back and hand them the old Bible, that they cannot read. It's very difficult to read. But I still have them. Every now and then I go back and read the old Bible too. And Nathan and I would just, you know, talking among two of us, yeah, we should do that. It'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I am really planning to do it, but I don't want to say it because
we don't have time.
Yeah, it's so really it's big task. Yeah. But I think if we can get it done, I think it'd be really helpful in our community.
Well, you can do the project by interview a lot of old people that's still alive before they all die.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I believe that some old missionaries still alive and they know a lot. Yeah, interview them before they pass away.
Yeah.
And this project can be a group project too. If you have a few students who want to work together, instead of one or two, you can have the group project work together to help make this a big thing. So you can write the book, The History of Mien Bible. You think you can do it? I believe that if you believe, you can do it. It's possible. So beside the project, each week when you go to your small group, you will cover on what we learn each week. And the lecture will concentrate on, in general, mean that how the Bible come into us. Start with the Hebrew script, the Hebrew Bible. And we're going to learn that how God used a lot of things to bring the Bible to the people. But it's still the words of God. It's very clear and pure without mixing with human thinking. It's all pure words of God. So we see the process, how God preserved his own words and keep it that pure for us, generation after generation. You know that a lot of books keep changing. People keep changing the books, the history. You know that history of any nation have been changing all the time. Why? To fit the need, to make them look good, to make them look better. But the Bible never changed. It keeps its format that God intends for thousands of years, never change. So this is a unique book. So we will learn a lot more how this book impacts the whole world. The most important book in the world. So another requirement that I think is good beside the textbook, if you want to challenge yourself to get the special point, finish reading the whole Bible this semester. You're going to write the history about the Bible. You're supposed to finish reading the whole Bible too. I don't know how many times you finish reading the whole Bible. 5 times? Nathan, you say 5?
No, I want to ask something, Ajahn. No. Ajahn, instead reading, how about listening, audio?
Okay, allow that. If you want to listening instead of reading, okay.
Because sometimes when we work, we can listen to it.
For me, Ajahn, my job is a dirty job, but I like it. I'm independent. So when, like, if I don't have to use a machine, I can just listen to the Bible and just do my thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, whatever way, listening, reading, it's okay. Finish the whole Bible this semester. So that can give you extra point. So that should be your goal, to finish reading the whole Bible every year.
Ajahn, that is a very good idea. It's good that you held us accountable. Read every semester. I think that's good.
Yeah, every semester we should have a reading Bible or listening for the semester.
I think it's good.
That's good.
Yeah, you held us accountable. You know, I was listening to the radio this morning too. They said that after 3 days, you're very lazy, you know, and it takes you 2 years to come back again for you to be energetic and all that. I thought that was, you know, that was something that I never heard people talk like that, you know, but the old people, you know, they understand. I don't. So I said, wow, that is very interesting. It's very true. First day you lazy, second day you lazy, third day you lazy, then you're done.
Yeah, we need to keep pushing ourselves. So I always think that the Bible is the food, spiritual food that we need to eat every day. Yes, Monica?
Yes. Do I get any extra point if I study the word of the Lord every day? Yes.
You finish reading the Bible, whole Bible this semester, you get extra point.
Oh, the whole Bible?
Yep. Either listening or reading.
Oh.
I give you the option. You can listen to if you think that easier.
Okay. Are you talking about from Genesis to Revelation?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 20 points, right, John?
Oh. That's good. Yeah.
Yep. I give you extra point.
Okay. Well, for me, if like Nathan said, you know, when you're doing chores and other house chores, I listen to it because it's a matter of choice, you know, like you have a cell phone or a computer, so you have to use it wisely, your time, because I can't buy somebody's time because I don't have enough time. So I ask the Lord to give me how to use my time, because life is so short. And so this Valentine will be our 8th year as a Christian. But I felt like I lost 5 years because I did nothing 5 years. And but I'm grateful for that. Within since pandemic, that's when I built a relationship with the Lord and learn how to listen and talk to him. But like anyone says, that when you learn, it's like a spiritual sense that I didn't understand. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like magical, like you see on TV, but it's a spiritual sense, and that the calmness, and it's people that goes through it and they experience it and they know what I'm talking about. I cannot explain it to people, but that's I'm just grateful that I don't want a position that will make me fall, but I want to build a relationship and slowly move up the ladder, not from the high mountain and go down. So yes, so that's why I want to start building relationship with him, get to know him and how he thinks and process. It's so interesting. I never get bored. I don't know about anyone else, but I never get bored learning about everything. To me, it's just fascinating. It's just like interesting.
That's great.
And I was lucky to talk to your wife about it too. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you can keep in touch with her by phone or by email. She loves to helping people.
Oh, great. Yeah, I have her phone number. She texts me and so now that I can talk to her about everything, because I need a mentor, that's someone that I can talk to and to talk about everything, especially, you know, when it regards to the high God. So it's just, and you guys are much wiser, so and know a lot more. So yes, I will definitely get in touch with her and talk to her more. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Okay. I will try to send off you some lecture note for a few weeks in advance before I leave for Thailand. And I also need you to pray for me. I know that this time I will travel all over Thailand to visit churches and many groups of believers. I did not return for 8 years, and I have some strange feeling. I might go to Laos too, but I still don't know for sure that I will do that or not. I go to preach every week and teaching every week in Thailand. So need a lot of your prayer. Travel a lot. And you have any requests from Thailand? Yes, Nathan.
Again, when you see our classmate Nan, tell her we say hi to her in person.
Oh, yes, I will see her.
Hopefully we'll see her sometime.
I don't know where she is tonight. In Thailand, it's in the morning. Okay, you guys have any more questions? If not, we're going to be done early tonight. Okay, you have any prayer requests before we finish for tonight?
Yes, I do. I kind of need to pray for I can be, reading and study a little bit more easy. Kind of very difficult for me. Kind of hard for me to understand English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even my son too. Yeah, he's really good about English, but in Mien kind of hard for him.
Yeah.
Try to get both to understand more closer to God. Yeah.
Okay.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Just try your best. God will help you. Don't give up. Okay, let's pray. Loving God, we thank you that tonight we come together to start the semester early. I lift up all students before you. I know that they're struggling physically, emotionally, and have a lot of responsibility, but they still take time to study your words. I pray that you will provide for them, help them, support them, and give them hope that they have done the best thing for you and for your kingdom and for your people. Provide for them, support them, give them the wisdom to learn, to understand, so they can help other people more. Be with them all for this whole month, that when we going to depart separate from one another, be with them, protect them until we come back again next month. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, keep praying for one another, praying for me.
Okay.
Safe trip, Ajahn.
Yes, we'll definitely pray for you. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Okay,
Bye-bye.
goodbye.
All right, have a great trip.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.